Yarn418, and this is TGIF. Thank God it's finished. I have a huge pile finished. Today is July 4th. Happy 4th. It's been a while since my last TGIF. Let's see. Almost a month. June 9th. And in that video, I said I was going to make my TGIF videos more regularly, which I fully intended on doing, and fully intend on doing from here forward. However, I got sick. I woke up one day and I was like, oh, my allergies are really bad. Really, really bad. And I just felt kind of blah. And the next day I woke up and I had a wicked sore throat. There's the Boston in me. And I was like, summer colds. Summer colds are the worst. And that's what I was sure it was. But 5 days later, I could barely move. I felt terrible. I gave in and I went to the doctor. Well, I had pneumonia. And I wish I could say I was surprised, but I felt that bad. So they gave me some antibiotics and told me to take Mucinex, and I did that. It was a Z-Pack first, and I took the Z-Pack, and at the end of the Z-Pack, I felt just as bad as when I started the Z-Pack. And the Mucinex was helping, but it was making me physically ill on top of the coughing and the not being able to move and everything else. So I went back to the doctor 6 days later, because I went to the doctor on a Friday, and then I went back to the doctor on a Thursday, the following Thursday, and I said, I'm still not feeling well. I can barely move. I can't sleep because I had a hacking cough, and the cough wasn't doing anything. Let's leave it at that. Other than like retching my chest and my back, and all these muscles were pulled, and I just felt horrible. So they ordered a chest x-ray, which I declined the last time because the treatment was the same, and gave me like antibiotics on steroids. These were like hardcore antibiotics, and an inhaler and something for the cough, and within 3 days I felt great. So that was good. But it was a good almost 2 weeks. I mean, I felt terrible. I was on Snapchat a little bit. I couldn't really talk. If I talked too much, I was coughing. It was miserable. But thankfully, I'm fine now. I'll just say that. Thankfully, I'm fine now, and I hope that I don't have to go through that ever again. And if I ever do, it's a long, long way down the road. So a lot of the time, I couldn't really concentrate, but I couldn't sleep because when I laid down, I was coughing. So I was doing a lot of crocheting. Because I was afraid I was going to mess up my knitting. So I have a boatload of finished objects. What else is new? I feel like something else is new and I can't remember what it is. I've been cleaning my studio. Studio's all clean. Not clean, but organized. I wanted to go through and spiffy everything up. Put it all back together, which always takes forever for some reason. Next I have to do the guest room, which just has a little bit of overflow. Like all my finished objects end up in there, and for some reason I have like a million blankets right now. Then I just need to figure out what's going to donate, what I'm going to keep, what I'm going to give for gifts, stuff like that, what I'm going to put in the Etsy shop. I haven't been doing any sewing, but I hope to start that again this week. So yeah. And baby news. Still no baby. Baby was due on June 25th. Let me check. Hold on. Baby was due on June 25th. So he's now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days late. My guess is that he is going to arrive really late on the 7th or early on the 8th. My sister thinks he's going to be here on the 6th. More likely than not, he's going to need some help getting here. Because he is comfy. He's just like a sister. Sadie was I think almost 3 weeks late. But my sister and I were both late also, so Anyway, more information than you needed to know, other than baby's not here yet. Baby has no name yet, and baby's not here yet. So let's get right into what my finished objects at 5 minutes in. The first thing I knit was a pair of plain vanilla socks out of Knit Picks Stroll in the Punky colorway. And these are just some fish lip kiss heel socks. I tried several patterns with these and none of them worked, but the plain vanilla, I love them. Love them. That's one. Then we get into the blankets. This is when I was going down. I might have already been down. I'm trying to bust as much acrylic as possible. I'm sorry, my nose is suddenly very itchy. I should have brought some tissues up here. The first blanket is a smaller, like a lapgan or a crib-sized blanket, and it's a giant granny square. I just took Bob Wilson 123's granny square and just kept going and going and going. And I think it turned out pretty good. I went through the red heart bin and just pulled out green, brown, and blue. And then I actually did I did 2 rows of this green because I had this lighter green because I had the most of it, and then random number generated the rest of the colors and assigned them all a number to decide which one would be next, and I went with it and followed it, and it was great. So that's the first blanket, Giant Granny. The next blanket, this is out of Karen 1 Pound. It's a square pattern on Ravelry, free. I think it's called Circling the Square. There's a link in my project page. That's the back. And I just pulled out all the pastel colored Karen 1 Pounds I had, and I love this blanket. It reminds me of Sherbert. It's a big, good sized blanket. It's a 4x5. Yep, 4x5. And I love it. Now my hair's a mess. So that's blanket number 2. So this is when I finished this, I started to feel a touch more human. Not much more human, but a little more human. And I pulled out some Bernat Bernat Softy Chunky, because it would go fast, and, pardon me, I pulled out the Bonfire pattern by Tin Can Knits because for the most part it was garter stitch with a teeny tiny bit of cable to keep it interesting, and this is my first Christmas knitting. Still have to weave in the ends apparently, but here it is. It's nice squishy garter, and it has this beautiful cable. Can't see what you're saying. Yeah, you can see it. It's gorgeous, and it's actually quite a simple cable to do. So this was perfect for me because every other row was just garter. Every row was just garter except for this panel, which was pretty straightforward. I'm sorry, I have I don't know if it's fiber, like yarn fluff or something. Anyway, so there's that. This is more of a throw size, but I love it, and it's so soft and squishy because of the garter. If I were to make one of these again, which I totally can see myself doing, I would cast on more stitches and just make it a little bit wider. But I love it. I mean, that cable is just, shut up. I mean, it's beautiful. Okay, I think that's the end of the blankets. Yep, my bag's empty. Next, I pulled out some, what is this called? Premier Yarn Mega, and this stuff is like rope. And I pulled out this book, and I knit a monster. The first one, I should look and see which monster it is. Nope, that's not it. Is this it? Yep. The first monster I knit was the basic pin body. And now I really want to make, oh, I'll show you. Hold on. Now I really want to make the bowling set, but we'll see. So here is him. This is in the color Dish Garden. Okay, Dish Garden. He's a good size, and he used one skein. Like, I had maybe an inch or two left. He's pretty darn cute. He's not on my project page yet. I gotta get it. Pictures taken. And then from the same book, in another color, but I don't have the tag here, I knit. Can't show you that pattern, can I? Yes, I can. I knit the half-size hippo, and here he is, also in some mega. It's very cute, stripy hippo, and I love his little tail. And he again was one skein. He was actually one skein and a few inches from another that I had left over to do the tail. So cute, and I'm pleased with how his snout came out. And the next thing I made was back to crochet. I put out on Snapchat for an opinion, and this was the first opinion I got, and I crocheted this little guy. I didn't do the fishing pole, and he's out of the body's out of I Love This Yarn, and the hat's out of Vanna's Choice Scraps. I'm not overly pleased with him. I don't think he looks too much like the picture, but I am pleased with his hat. I think it's pretty cute. And he does have ears under this hat. Cute. And his mouth, I'm pretty pleased with his mouth. Has a pretty fun little look on his face. Let's put his hat back on. So there's that. Let me put these back on the shelf. Believe it or not, there's some organization to things back here. Hard to believe. Okay, next. Okay. I gotta move some things around here to find it. Next was I knit a hat for the baby. I think this was called Be Loving, but I will put a project page up for it as soon as I'm done with this. And this is out of just some woolies by Lion Brand. And when baby comes and is named, I'm going to duplicate stitch his name on there. And it's pretty cute. Pretty cute. Like that. And for Sadie, oh gosh, what is this called? I knit a dress. It's out of, let's see if I have the ball bands. Oh yeah, they're in here. This is called Not Being Prepared. Oh, that's not it. This is it. I knit something called, I don't know how you say that. It's a dress. And I opted not to add the pockets. I need to weave in the ends and block it because the bottom is curling a little bit. But that will be fixed with blocking. And it's this little cute little dress. Oh my god, she's gonna look adorable. And I got some adorable flower buttons buttons in the back to put there. And she's just gonna look so stinking cute. See, this is curling up just a little bit, but there's wool in it, so it will block. And I knit that out of 3 balls of James C. Brett Woodlander. Something about James C. Brett, I was told by my LYS that it is going to become increasingly difficult to get in the United States because the distributor is liquidating. The U.S. distributor is liquidating the warehouse. They're not going to be offering it anymore, so they need a new distributor. Put that back in there so I can put the socks, whatever they're called, the buttons on and weave in the ends. And last but not least in my finished objects is the Facet Hat. And I'm going to say that loosely because I did it wrong. It doesn't look anything like the pattern. It's going, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Here it is. It's a little bit on the big side for me. I have figured out what I did wrong, and I am going to, well, I am knitting it again, and I am shortening the pattern repeat by half a repeat. This is Lion Brand, what's it called? Heartland. I don't know what color. The teal. I think it's Glacier Bay. I think it's the one that's like impossible to photograph the color. So that is all my finished objects. Just a few. What am I knitting? Garbage. Not really garbage. What am I knitting? Everything. The first thing I'm knitting, you've seen before, is the Charleston tee. Have not had any progress on this. It's actually upstairs in the studio because I have too many projects, too many sweaters right now, and I need to focus on less than one less. Next is White Pines. And I honestly do not know if I've knit any further on this since the last time I showed you, but oh, yes, I have. I think I knit on it one night at knit night, and the broom is where I was. That is where I am now. And I'm looking forward to picking this back up. This was way too much for my brain to process when I was sick, and I was certain I was going to goof it up. And I'm still loving it. I absolutely love the color. I love it. There's nothing about it I don't like, and I'm really hoping that it fits nicely, and I can't wait to wear it. This is going to be my Rhinebeck sweater. Motorcycle noises. What's next? A pair of socks. This is the cobblestone socks. It's a pay-for pattern on Ravelry, and I'm knitting this on the sock blank that I purchased. This is it. I'm doing them one at a time. These will be for Kristen. This one is just about ready for the toe, and I love the pattern. I'm not sure how I feel about the sock blank just yet, because you can see the stitches are awfully wavy, but I've heard that that goes away when you wash it. So, we'll see. But I do like it. I love the pattern. Fun, fairly mindless. I brought this to knit night on Friday, because we had a special knit night, ladies' night out, on Friday. What's next? What else? I started another sweater, which is why one of them had to go on vacation. This is the Pinecone Sweater. Let me see if I can find a picture. Nope, that's not it. I think I left the pattern downstairs. This is a pay-for pattern on Ravelry. I'm not exactly sure I'm going to like this. It's out of this yarn, which is Cascade Eco Plus. I don't have the ball band in here, I'd tell you. I think it's Eco. In a chocolatey brown color. I have 2 skeins of it in my stash. The thing I'm not sure about this is that it goes way up like this on the neck. And I'm hoping I can block it a little bit looser. And I thought this was going to be a super easy pattern, but I really have to concentrate on it. So, I wish I had a picture up here, but I don't. Bad podcaster. Not podcaster. Bad knitter. Next, another thing I pulled out while I was sick is my 2-round granny blankets. The wrong side. And I actually added all of this over here. And a row at the top here. And I also have some here, but I am joining as I go. So, that came out. This is just something I work on from time to time. This is acrylic scraps. But it's going to be really pretty when it's done. And I also pulled out the sock yarn blanket, which we haven't seen in ages. And I didn't mark the ones I did, but I'll just show you it all, and I'm going to mark it from now on. Mine is super long because ultimately I would like it to go on our guest bed. And our guest bed, because of dog nails, I don't want it to get snagged. Maybe on the couch downstairs, I'm not sure. I have like 10 years to decide where it's going to end up, so. I've moved on to my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th row, and there's just over 100 squares in here now. And I only need like 10,000. Oh, I wish I was kidding. And that's in this little scrappy bag. Scrappy bag for my scrappy blankets. Can go in there. And last but not least, out of Lion Brand Heartland, I started another one of those facet hats. This time I'm doing it correctly, and I've shortened it, and this is what it should look like. I mean, where's the one that's wrong? See the difference? That doesn't look like anything. It looks pretty, but it doesn't look like anything. That looks like a pattern. The whole time I was knitting it, I was like, this just doesn't seem right. I must be doing something wrong. Well, I was. Congratulations, Erin, you were. So that is all my whips. What am I going to be doing next? I've pulled out some Charisma baby yarn. I'm going to crochet a blanket. I've also pulled out all of my neon red heart yarn, and I'm going to crochet another blanket. I just got this pattern. It's called the Coming Home Cardigan. And I will be knitting that for Sadie, and I believe I'm going to knit it out of this yarn, which was sent to me by Jen Hernandez, and don't mind the fuzz on it. It's some Knit Picks Brava Sport, and the color is Current. God, dogs. Dogs are not allowed up here, but this yarn's been downstairs because I wasn't sure if I was going to start it. So there's that. I think this will be a nice classy looking sweater. And other than that, socks and toys. I'm like toy obsessed right now. I have to grab something. Pardon me. Okay, what is new? What is new? What is new? Oh, I do have this under wraps. You can't see it yet. I did design a new hat. I need to reknit it and write up the pattern and get it to testers. The lovely Sonia, Cat Crazy Creations, sent me a private message and asked if I would like a copy of Crochet World from June 2016. I said, yes, please. So she sent that to me. I actually sent her a little something too. And I think I'm going to crochet this shawl. It's pretty. It's in fingering weight, so I might do it a little bit heavier because I don't like to crochet in fingering weight. But there are several cute patterns in here. And so thank you so much, Sonia. I love it. I know that Sonia is currently working on this little patchwork cow. Very cute. That. And I got a package from Terry, who is Snowy44. This is a birthday package. And I got this little pot holder, which I'm actually going to use as a coaster up here in the studio. I'm assuming it's a pot holder because there's a handle on it. So, put my mug under that. Did you see my new mug? No. Do you know I did not have any Batman mugs because oh god, stupid glare. Anyway, you can see it. Batman and Robin Retro. And she also sent me this cute little pillow with an E on it. Thank you, Terry. I love it. There we go. And I got a package from the lovely Amy Ming Mao. not pretty being easy. And I think I'm going to sneeze. Sorry about that. She was going through her yarn and getting rid of some, and she came across my favorite yarn. Vanna's Choice in Sea Spray Mist. She sent me 3 skeins. I'm not going to take it. I guess I'll take it out of the plastic because I do have to put it on the shelf. It's my favorite color. It's a little bit washed out with the light up here. But now I have 5 skeins because I already have 2 in stash, which I think I might make a blanket out of, a baby blanket. Sadie's baby blanket was made out of this. And also in that package was this cute little bumper sticker. It's going up on my bulletin board. And this awesome sign. Yeah, I couldn't wait to use that. Had to go up. Had to. So, thank you, Amy. And I had to make a purchase for someone else, so I added a few things in for myself that I paid for, obviously, and that is Knit Pixelici, and I got Lost Lakes, beautiful. I got Balloon Ride, might be my favorite, probably because there's pink in it, and I got Eclipse. Yay! So, 26 minutes later, I think that's all I have. Like I said, I'm cleaning out my tidying up my studio. Gonna go downstairs and enjoy the rest of the day with Kristen and the pups. So, I hope you are all doing well, and I will talk to you soon. Until next time, bye-bye.